Sky Sports and the Premier League are shitting bricks right now, and unfortunately, Nottingham Forest have become victims of their trepidation. Let me explain what I mean by that. As things stand, there's every chance the title, top 4 and relegation will be sewn up before the final day, which would result in huge losses for broadcasters, as this is the game week where viewership is traditionally supposed to be the highest. In order to avoid that from being the case, the authorities that be are doing everything in their power to ensure there's still something to play for come May 19th. Everton were initially docked 10 points, and had it reduced to 6 on appeal, yet Forest didn't even get one back despite the overwhelming evidence in their favour, which I'll get onto in a minute. A reduction of 2 or more points from the original 4-point sanction would have been enough to relegate Burnley, but they lived to fight another day, and all of a sudden, the clash between the two sides at the end of the season could become huge, particularly because Forest's next opponents Chelsea have suddenly found form, while Burnley are playing a Tottenham side coming off the back of 4 defeats in a row. Luton are still in the hunt for survival too, which only adds to the drama. Now, in my eyes, alarm bells should have been ringing following the game between Arsenal and Bournemouth last weekend. While the scoreline reached 3-0, it simply does not do justice to what actually happened on the pitch. Bournemouth were holding firm heading into halftime until all of a sudden, Arsenal were awarded a penalty after Kai Havertz initiated contact and dived in the box. The commentators immediately said it wasn't a foul in a million years, yet VAR opted not to overturn the decision. Saka tucked it away, Bournemouth's game plan went tits up, and Trossard added a second with 20 minutes to go. You would think it was game over, but then Bournemouth pulled a perfectly good goal back, only for it to be ruled out for no reason whatsoever, and any chance of a comeback dissipated in that very moment. Some of you watching may very well label what I'm saying as conspiratorial, to which my response would be, welcome to the real world, gents. Money talks, and as a brand, the Premier League are desperate to remain the best and most entertaining division across top flight football in Europe. After all, these are the same bastards who let the Big Six off scot-free for trying to join the European Super League and bring the game into disrepute, but don't think twice before throwing the book at any other side which doesn't follow the rules down to a T. Don't get me wrong, Forest board deserve criticism for not being more cognizant of the rules in place, but given the circumstances at hand, surely a bit of leniency from the FA was the need of the hour. The club were charged in January for exceeding their PSR limit by £34.5 million. This only happened because they sold Brennan Johnson to Spurs in August for £47.5 million, as opposed to Brentford in June for £35 million in order to get a higher fee, and as it turns out, this became a new financial year when it comes to accounting periods. They were quite literally punished for trying to make as much money as they could for one of their homegrown players, which is something any sensible club in their position would try and do. Instead, the Prem opted not to see this as a mitigating factor and have given themselves a pat on the back for resolving the issue before the final game of the season. Furthermore, they laid into Forest's legal team, accusing them of microscopic forensic examination of the words used by the so-called independent commission. I'm not gonna lie, this is fucking frightening. They're essentially criticizing Forest's lawyers for trying to do their job and have shut down any sort of pushback in regards to the decision they made. Things will remain as crooked as they are until an actual independent regulator comes into the picture, not 3 random blokes the Prem have appointed to oversee the entire situation. It's self-regulation at its finest, and it is truly awful. Do let me know what you think down below, and I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Peace.